Hi everybody, my name is Joel Short, and I currently have my artwork on display at Ridge Gallery in Spartanburg. I've been asked to explain kind of what it is that I do because it's not simple. Basically what I do is I work with copper and I apply chemicals to the face of the copper to cause chemical reactions to create colors chemically on the face of the copper. The chemicals react with the copper, and it's not paint. There's no pigment. The copper and the chemical actually turn into other colored chemicals. And I try to do it in a fashion that kind of resembles painting in a way, and printmaking in other ways. It's kind of hard to explain and easier to see, which is why you should come see my show. So here's a quick rundown on kind of what I do. So I start with this thin copper sheet, mostly because I've had it on hand for other projects. And I cut it into manageable sizes. I usually use a brayer to kind of flatten it out so it's nice and level and no raised edges. And then I will clean it. There's a wide variety of ways that I clean it. Sandpaper, microfiber cloth, power tools to Brillo pads. Each one of them gives a really different effect on the final piece. And then after that, I apply a bunch of different chemicals. This is some of the chemicals that I use. There's dry chemicals, there's wet chemicals. Sometimes I make the dry chemicals into wet chemicals. And there are a lot of different techniques. I've been working on this for about 18 months. Some of them, like the vinegar, just get sprayed on or brushed on. Some, like ammonia, gets put into a container with the copper. It doesn't touch it, the copper is suspended above it, and it will slowly turn the copper blue. Each one of these has a different effect, and the way that they're applied can really change those effects. I can get varied effects from the same chemical just by applying it differently. Even things like the temperature of the copper when it's applied can change what it looks like in the end. So after all of that, I end up with things like this. This is one of the pieces that you will see. I think it's the first one when you walk in the door. This currently, you can see, is about 4 inches by 6 inches. I take those and I scan them at very high resolution, 6400 dpi, which allows me to blow them up really, really large. I don't have a print of that one, but I can take a piece of copper this big and I can blow it up to this size. Or if I want to, I can blow it up to that size. Because things are happening on a chemical level, I can keep blowing it up and blowing it up as big as I want without any real loss of detail, because everything's happening really, really small. So this is one of the works that I have hanging at the show. So if you have any questions, you want to know more, you want to see my work, come to the show. The reception is this Thursday, 19th, I believe, from 5 to 8 at Ridge Gallery in Spartanburg. Thanks. Hope to see you there.